So this is how I ship features without even opening my laptop through my mobile using Claude. So I turn on my mobile, I open the Claude app, I connect to a session, and I say, "Hey Claude, ship Jira 123," wherein Jira 123 is the actual story which I am assigned to. This can be a bug story or this can even be a normal feature. So how does that happen and how the entire thing actually works? So it's very simple. I'm using a Claude which is connected to a session running on a cloud server or a Proxmox, which is always on through remote control. So Claude has this feature called as remote control access. What we can do is we can have a cloud server or Proxmox, and we can have our repos in it. We can turn on few sessions, and we can connect those sessions to our mobile through the remote control feature of Claude. Just go into the session and type slash remote control. That's it. That session will be available to you on your Claude mobile app. So here's how it works. When I say, "Hey Claude, ship Jira 123," this ship is actually a skill which is basically a whole lot of prompting done, and it's a collection of prompts. I will come to how ship works. So what happens is this command goes to my remote session running on my server, which on working on a particular repo, and that Claude session has access to my Jira, my Git, and my repos, of course. The repos lie in that server locally. Uh, they also have Git access, so the Claude can fetch the branches or even push some branches or PRs or create PRs. And Jira access, because what I've done is that I mentioned it a Jira story, right? And it connects to Jira, gets all the information from the story, and basically divides it into subtasks. So let's say I have given it, "Hey Claude, ship Jira 123." It fetches the Jira 123 story, fetches the Git, all the Git related changes, um, and finally it gets all the information and it triggers a ship command or ship skill, which I have given it to it in the commands. So what does this ship actually do? So ship is basically, you can say, a group of agents, basically. So it has an orchestrator agent, which actually manages the entire task which I have given to him, which is to execute or do whatever is needful for Jira 123. And how does the orchestrator actually work? So it actually divides the task into multiple sections, like how we do. Like if we get a Jira 123 story, we plan it, we code it, we test it, and we create docs if necessary, and finally we create a PR out of it. So basically, all of these are separate agents which work with the orchestrator to accomplish the entire task. So first, the orchestrator calls the planner agent, which I have programmed it to, or have prompted it to use Opus, and it plans the entire flow or entire feature or entire bug fix for that particular story and gives back to orchestrator. Then the coder agent activates, which uses Sonnet, and it codes the entire thing. Then the tester agent works, which is using Haiku. Then we also in our repo have some kind of docs, wherein we for each feature we have a doc mentioning what we have changed and why, which is done by Sonnet. And finally, we have the PR creator, which actually pushes the entire work on Git, and it can assign some reviewers to it, or you can just create a PR and maybe I can look at it and test it out. So this is how it works, and this entire thing is has every agent has its own .md file, wherein I have described what model to use, how to actually execute those tasks, and all those things. I will be sharing that .md file and to you in the description of this video. So just give it to the Claude, the entire .md file, which I will be providing, and tell the Claude to add the entire thing as a skill. So you can just do just like I do, slash ship, and this entire agentic architecture will be activated. So what happens is next is whenever, so I give it a command, and that thing happens. A PR is created on Git, and I review it. If it is needful, and in the same session through my mobile, okay. So right now, everything is happening through my mobile. I have not turned on my laptop yet. Everything is running on a always on server. I review the PR and merge it if it looks good, or I give it some changes. And you might be wondering how Git and Jira are access is given to Claude. So this happens to MCP. You can easily ask a Claude how to connect an MCP server of Git and Jira. I have given it a read-only access, so it does. For Git, of course, we have the create access as well, but for Jira, I have given the read-only access to it. So everything happens in this way. So without turning on a laptop, you can through your mobile just call your agentic architecture to work and open the PR and do stuffs. And I know it sounds like vibe coding, but sometimes to save time in office, I do this a lot, especially for bug fixes, because I have to sometimes solve multiple bug fixes and also parallelly work on 2, 3 projects. So this is how it works. I will give you the .md file for the ship thing. But just that the only thing to keep care of is that all thing has to run on a cloud server or a Proxmox, which is only always on. And also you have to turn on some sessions in the repo in the on that server and give it a slash remote control so it can be connected to a mobile. That's it. So I hope you like it. Just let me know what questions would you have, and yep, that's it from my side. Thank you.